Oh, shit. Welcome to the Traitors podcast. I'm your host, Bobby Goodsby, joined as always by my good friend and Survivor legend, Jonny Fairplay. Johnny, how you doing?
Tree for tree.
As soon as I heard her say that tonight, I was like, I know that's getting brought up. I know that's the first thing Johnny's saying.
I have to write them down so I remember them, and I have to write them in which the way she says them. I think the tank is it's an inside that's production.
Tree for tree. I can't do the accent.
It's tree for tree.
I know, but I'm trying to do it with her accent. And it's not. I just.
That's what she said. She said tree for tree.
I'm like 40% Irish, and I cannot do an Irish accent to save my life.
I think Johnny liked this episode too. You know what? I loved last week. I loved it. Apparently I loved it more than you. And just just watching the clip of Jam being taken out by the guards. I extra loved it because it's just so much. It's just so much.
I got eviscerated in the comment section because apparently I just went too hard on it. But I mean, to be fair, was it not something that was said that it was the best episode of all time? And I thought it was a good episode.
It was said that it was the best episode. Here's my I love this episode. This might be my favorite episode of the season. Like I think last week was better, but I just liked this. But yeah, I do have one negative, and when ridiculously rich people attempt to make humor, I don't find it funny.
How so? Okay, give me an explanation.
I like Candace was it was just this ridiculously obnoxious rich arrogance, like when they were doing the challenge or whatever, and I'm just like, I see a world in which she's funny to the people in that world. I'm not in that world, and I'm not laughing the same as she is.
Mm-hmm. See, for me, I mean, I guess it's not just like a one episode thing that I kind of like can't get behind. It's the fact that the prize pool, and I get it, they're getting a stipend for being there. I understand that. But when I see like 250,000 is like the max they can win, and it's like they have to do all these things to get to like that amount, for me, it's just not a sexy number, right? Like if it was like $500,000 or $1 million, like, God forbid, because, traders can afford it, then I feel like it'd be a little more of a sexy number that I'm like, yes, I know I don't give a shit about the money. I know it doesn't affect me, but at least I know someone's winning like a really good amount of money. 250,000, especially if the Faithfuls win after taxes, it's not much money, right? Like I feel like I want to know that they're playing for something more. When I see them playing in a challenge and it's like, oh, you added $3,000 to the pot, is that not sexy?
I mean, I don't like. I spoke with production for House of Villains, and because I think when we signed our contracts, I think we signed to do it for 100,000. And then when we got and like, the whole, they were just like, yeah, we're trying to bump it up. And like, and then talking with them, production needs a number in which the common man thinks it's something greater than.
Yes.
And they have determined that number is 200,000 or 250,000 is that number that works. So That
Do they
that
know?
they've done the research, and that's where they landed.
It just to me, and I'm just an everyman. I'm someone who works a full-time job and then does this part-time on the side
Yeah,
for
but
fun.
you're in a more affluent area of the United States. So I
Yeah.
do think in Danville, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, I think that 200K, 250K is just enough. It's just like, man, $250,000, man, that shit. I
But
mean,
it's
like, what you got? Like Zane Knight played Survivor Philippines. And he was like, he's trying, he quit cold turkey, smoking Newport Lights. And he's just like, man, 39 days, sure gonna be a long time. And then Russ Swan's just like, well, first out gets 12,500. Zane Knight's just like, that's fucking 2 years, brother. Hey, write my name down. $500. Oh my God, I can stretch this out. I won't have to work for 3 years.
okay, maybe in certain parts of the country, sure, but where there's the I know I'm in an affluent, I can't even say that word, a part of the country. I'm in Southern California, right? Yeah. And you think about where like the mass populations are, right? Like California, New York, Florida, Texas, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That's not a big number. And then on top of that, though, if you're a faithful, you're splitting that at minimum 3 ways.
Yeah,
like
probably five ways.
And then taxes. Like
we're talking, these people aren't paying taxes. Come on.
Okay. We're not talking Richard Hatch here. I mean,
I don't think haven't the housewives got in trouble for taxes?
Oh, probably. I don't know. I'm not a housewife guy. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm willing to. I mean, I'm not going to bet $250,000. That's an insane amount of money, Bobby. But
yeah, if you're a traitor, it's great. If I'm Rob Roush, 250K, I'm cool with that. Like, yes, definitely. That's what.
Oh no, Rob, that guy is going to be a million. That guy's probably a millionaire right now.
Oh, that guy's going to get every single endorsement possible. He's probably going to be on the next Dancing with the Stars.
He just got Sonic. He got Sonic. Did you see a Sonic commercial?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, yeah. So he's sitting there and he's talking on the cell phone to his mom. And he's just like, it's tough out there. There's snakes and so and conniving or commiserating. He goes, did I use it right? And then winks at the camera. So
that's pretty good. I have to check that out. But this comment right here is Daryl says it perfectly. Like, seeing the rich people pretend to cheer for the money is so cringe because it's $3,000 and they're cheering like they just won the Super Bowl. Like, right? Like, at the end of the day, what they won was what? $9,000 or $12,000. Like,
I think Rob cares. I think Jam cared. I think Tiffany cared. I think Natalie. Like, I think other than the housewives and Johnny Weir, I think they care.
They're all getting a stipend for being there, so it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I guarantee you,
some immensely more than others.
That's fine, but I guarantee you, every single person there as a faithful, their stipend is more than they'll split 3 ways minimum.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, so but when you have that much money and they admit they love the show, they've loved the show, they want to be on the show, for them it's the winning. So Candace didn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure. I imagine a world in which Candace has a shitload of money. Okay.
Oh well, yeah.
She wanted to win the Traitors.
No, I think. Okay. Personally, I think these people want to be there because they know it's the biggest social media buzz you could get. You're going to get brand deals. You're going to possibly get on Dancing with the Stars. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. Like, it's the best business decision these people can make, especially if they do well or look well in front of America. Then the money doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, when we get to like the normie edition that's coming out, like, will it have the same gravitas? Probably not. But I just wonder if they should bump up the prize pool, especially with normies definitely not getting a stipend.
I don't know.
You hear what I'm saying, though?
I feel like 250K could be enough. I feel they could bump it up to 5,000 because there's not a stipend. I like that, and I think if it's successful, I can see bumping up season 2 to $1 million.
Yes, yeah.
So,
I would be cool with 500,000.
Yeah. Did you hear the rumor for season 6 of the Traitors?
They're already talking about season 6. Well, okay, hold on. My question for you: this is season 4. Season 5 is considered the normie edition, or are they doing a normie edition and a season 5 of the Traitors, like the celebrity?
The UK Sun published an article today stating that producers would like season 6 of the Traitors. So I don't know if that's. I would imagine that the civilian is going to be season 5.
I thought it would be its own thing
because they want it to be all they want it to be all stars, and the names that are being rattled off are Sari, Phaedra, Rob, Lisa, Candace, who else?
Which Rob? The Rob Roush or Rob C?
Stop it.
You never know. You never know.
Well, maybe, but definitely. Okay, maybe Rob C. I don't know. Rob Roush is who they mentioned in the article.
Yeah, okay. I would love to see Rob C play again too.
He's an NBCU property that they're in love with. So,
yeah,
and I think that Survivor has figured out. We're bringing I see Rob C on Survivor coming up.
I know we're going to get to the episode, folks, and I'm sorry that we're kind of spitballing here, but do you see Survivor after, now that 50's happening and 51 and 52 are currently being casted, which are probably newbie seasons, most likely, we don't know. Well, do you think it's sooner than that, an all-star?
I think 51.
51?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you all. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm definitely interested because there's been no talk of that anywhere.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on Patreon. We're not recording the Patreon tonight, but check that. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think 51.
I mean, it would explain why my casting tape hasn't been called back.
That's the only thing I'm
just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Okay, we'll talk about the episode. So,
all right, let's talk about the episode. So we come back to, we see the two traitors in the turret, and obviously there's some animosity there, right? Like Candace is pissed at Rob, and I don't feel like she does a very good job of hiding it. Like, I feel like you need to do a better job in that moment of being like, I get why you did it. I understand. Like, let's stick to us two, though. Like, if we're gonna do it, Lisa left, it's already done, whatever. Let's stick to us two. But I feel like I
never heard that from her.
No, she didn't. But I'm saying, that's what she should have done. What we saw was her very much so not aligned with Rob there. And I think we can go even further back and talk about her vote on Rob and how obviously that comes back to haunt her. But what did you think of that moment when she did vote for Rob and her explanation to Rob in the turret?
Well, I mean, her explanation was "fuck you" was her explanation. Yeah. And there have been a few players in reality television over the years that when you watch them, it's just like they are wise beyond their years. Like Xander on season 41 of Survivor, I feel is one of those players.
Yeah.
There's someone else who was just on the tip of my tongue, not the back of my tongue. Johnny Weir. I don't know how you came up with that catchphrase. I have a guess, but it's not. It's on the back of your tongue.
So moving on.
Have you ever heard anyone say it's on the back of my tongue?
I'm leaving that to you, Fairplay. So go ahead. So
Pilot Pete. I would say Pilot Pete was Dylan Efron.
Dylan Efron should be an all-star for sure.
Yeah, no, he was on the list. Boston Rob and Bob the Drag Queen. They're also on the list.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. They're on the Traitors official podcast.
You know what? Maybe that list is just traitors, and they want to do an all-stars with people that were traitors.
Ooh, I would be down for that.
I love that.
I'm not gonna lie, I would be totally down for an all traitors season. And then who are the traitors amongst the traitors?
And you don't have to worry about excluding someone. It's just, hey, it wrote like, sorry guys,
is season 6 too early?
No,
you don't think so?
No.
I guess we have had quite a few traitors, haven't we? Between people recruited and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect time.
I think
I would rather do it season 6 than do it season 7 or 8 and someone gets excluded.
Well, that'll probably include the normie edition too. Like the all-star traitors from that.
Were there any traitors in the normie edition?
No, the one that's season 5.
Oh, no, they don't need to be.
Well, you don't know. Someone could be a freaking star in the making.
I mean,
you're thinking too linear here, because here's the thing. Did we not say every season of Survivor, like, oh, here we go, new cast of newbies. Let's see who's going to be good. Is there going to be anyone great? And occasionally we get a, person that comes out of nowhere and we're like, huh?
We get Xander.
Yeah. But even then, like Jam.
Yeah.
Fair. Andy. Like you get someone who you're like, okay, this person, I could see them coming back again. Carolyn, and Carolyn was a traitor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's someone every season that we kind of count it out until we see it. Riz God, you might not have loved him, but he is a person that I think people can get behind.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Well, so that's the idea and if that's the case, because I just kind of piece it together, like every single person on the list was a traitor. I love it.
I think that's 100. I fully sign on for that.
Yeah. Okay. But back to Rob R. So Candace is basically given the fuck you. Rob R. And he said he's seen some shit in his life. I mean, in the South, we get punished a little different than the rest of the U.S. So we get switches and belts and.
I got belts. I'm in California. I got the belt.
Okay. All right. Well, so
I got the spoon.
Okay.
The wooden spoon.
I got a frying pan, Bobby. So bring it.
That's a little more hardcore.
Yeah. Okay. So Rob says he's seen some shit and basically applies the the old ad. You get more flies with honey.
Yes.
And the soft my favorite Latin phrase, I took 7 years of Latin. My favorite Latin phrase ever was cum tace clamant, is silent they speak. And I felt like that, like Rob's just like, I'm not getting in a yelling match with this lady because I'm not winning. And also yelling is throwing the target right back on me. I ain't saying nothing. So they're in the turn. She's like, Rob, I think you suck. Fuck you. You fucked my friend, blah, 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 blah. And he's like,
I want to say, I think Rob played this perfect. And I know we've been on the Rob train, but who hasn't? And I think that Rob played this perfect for 2 reasons. One, he said, I'm going to let you pick. Yep. I screwed you over, but this is what I had to do. You pick now. And this is your pick. This is 100% on you. He even told her, listen, this is why I don't think it should be Colton. Like, he's my best friend. Like, I really like him. I think he's a great shield for us because people are on to him. But then when he lets it be Colton, that's even greater because 1, I think it threw everyone for a loop.
Oh, yeah.
And 2, he can then play into, well, we know Rob's never going to be the one to eliminate Colton, even though that wasn't something that was probably in his mind. Maybe it was.
I think it definitely was. No, he knew when she said that, and she relished in fucking him by taking out his best friend.
I think it was better for him.
And he's sitting there going, you're fucking me, but you're really fucking yourself because they know I'm not. You're guaranteeing that I'm not a traitor because I'm not putting out my best friend.
And Candace screwed herself because that's the person in front of her, besides her rogue vote, that was getting the most heat from the crowd because they're like, listen, we know Colton got this one right, but he has been throwing a lot of names out there. Who's to say he's not going to throw my name out next? That's one thing that I can definitely say Candace didn't think too much about it. She wanted to fuck Rob R by saying, hey, screw you, I'm taking out your number one, when she didn't think about how it would completely, hurt her in the future.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I loved it. And hey, to the comments there, you know what you also won't believe? Me and Richard Hatch are touring for Survivor Season 50. See us in Baltimore, April 8th. And then 2 weeks after that, we're in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then the week after that, we're in Cincinnati, Ohio. Get tickets at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. There we go.
There we go.
So apparently it is the guy from Survivor, because I don't think I'd be plugging that shit if I wasn't going to be there.
It is the guy from Survivor and some random dude who's the producer. So let's get to the breakfast of it all, right? And I think that's where we get to see a lot of the intrigue of the episode, where we see people come in and they're starting to question Candace, right? They're starting to question her rogue vote. Why, if you knew the heat was there, or even then, why, when you're saying you're staying so consistent on who you want to target, go rogue now? That's not consistent with how you played the whole game.
I think Candace did the rogue vote at the end of the roundtable to fuck Rob R. And then I think Candace got a talking to by production after that rogue vote going, hey, you are aware of what you can and can't say moving forward. And I think it ended with a fuck. It's just like, that's not, no. that's no. I mean, because you literally just saw her. She's like, I fucked myself.
Oh, yeah.
I fucked myself. And then Rob R sitting here with a shovel going, tell me more.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny because when Rob R comes in and they realize, because they're all on board that they think someone's recruited at this point, right? Because at this point we've seen Donna Kelsey go, who was the secret traitor, but they didn't know that. Then we see Lisa go. I understand where there were some people talking about, hey, now it's got to be a male in there at some point, right? Like there's got to be a male there, right? I think Eric brings that up, or maybe it was Mark. And it was Mark.
I don't think Eric talked this, or I don't think Mark talked this episode, so I'm pretty sure it was Eric.
But then you get to the point where we see Colton go, and they're all shocked. They're shocked because why all of a sudden is Colton the one who they all had suspicions about, who is probably going to be the next one voted out just because of the suspicions alone. But then on top of that,
and a woman must have done that.
I mean, yeah, I think that, and we'll get to it later in the episode. We see Rob, fumble his fork or whatever may happen. And, we see people slightly talk about it, but not like anything crazy. More so, it was Candace, of anyone, bringing it up. When we see that later on and at the round table, I think that's just such the weakest argument of all time.
He dropped his fork.
Like, oh, I'm human.
And once again, if her goal was to agitate him and him not play his game, and his goal was to not be agitated, and God bless, did he not do that? But I love that, hey, I don't know if you guys caught this. He dropped his fork. And Rob R was like, yeah, I've dropped lots of forks.
Oh, I mean, I totally concur with him. Like that's, and we'll get to that because I do think that's something to bring up later. But as much as I want to talk about it right now, I just think it was the weakest argument I've ever heard.
Okay, there was nothing. There's like when everyone there is just like, just give us a receipt, and there was no receipts.
It's insane. It's
like trying to take back something that you've worn 12 times without the tag or the receipt. And it's like, huh? And it's like, yeah, you can't take this shit back. It's not Walmart, lady.
Okay. And can I also say, like, just the name of the episode itself, did it not feel like the entire time Candace was going home? Like,
yeah,
I read the title of the episode ahead of time. It was something like, oh, the queen
never comes off her throne.
I was like, that's got to be Candace, right? Like, did that not immediately think, okay, that's got to be Candace, and there's the reason they put that up.
Yeah, as I said, I think Candace had a plan in her head when she wrote down Rob's name, and I think that plan was promptly thwarted by production of what she could and could not say. And she got to that turn, and she was pissed off because she was just like, yeah, I think you already know. I asked production, they said I can't do this, this, and this. Fuck you. And Rob's like, I ain't saying a word. And she was just hyped up on emotion, and she was like, watch this. He was like, oh my God, can you just volunteer to go home? Because that's literally what you're doing right now. So, I mean, and the first 4 people at breakfast, not a traitor.
No, but we've okay. And I've said this from the beginning, and I've told you guys, I've told everyone here, if any of you go out to play like the normie edition, or if you're a celebrity by chance watching this, that's eventually going to play the Traitors. The first episode, whoever's in the first 4, one of them is a traitor. Happens every season. The second time is whenever there is a oh man, what was it? The a kill, oh my gosh, mysterious kill, a murder in plain sight.
Yeah.
Then there is always a traitor that is one of the last ones to enter.
Okay.
It's every time.
Okay. Well, whoever goes on,
pretty sure that's the two. I know
Bobby
the first one's right. The second one, I'm
hit up Bobby before you go. He'll be out there with you, and you can make an alliance.
Whatever. If you listen to our previous podcast, I mentioned it, and that was the truth. I'm second guessing myself on the second one, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So let's get to the actual challenge, right? Because we see what we do see. I guess we should say the Silent Six. Is that what they're called, or what is that group that knows that there's a double vote that Rob has?
I think it's the Silent Six.
Is it
which
Six?
I like the Silent Six.
Yeah. Forgive me for blanking on the name of that group, but yes, I like that group. The problem is, and I like that they're all not really saying anything about who has it. I think that's smart. I think that we have seen a lack of people having transparency about hiding the shields this season than we have in the past, where I think it greatly benefits you, unless a traitor is with you, to be secretive about the shield and anyone who hasn't. I know a lot of the times they've been like, oh, we're not taking the shield, everyone's gonna be vulnerable, or everyone has a shield, whatever it may be.
Too much of that.
But I think that
he'll tell you.
And maybe maybe there's more of that we just haven't seen, that just hasn't been out there. But I think that's one of the greatest assets you could have, is being in a small group like we see tonight, where there's 3 people in Mark, Rob, and who's the other person? Kristen. That in a small group of that if anyone gets the shield, it greatly benefits you to be, if I'm Kristen, be like, no one say anything about the shield, right? Like, we're not going to say who has it. They know someone has it, but we're not going to say anything, because if someone there in that group is a traitor, they can't take you out, because they know then everyone's going to know that someone in that group was a traitor. And then 2, no one, if there is a traitor on the outside, no one's going to take a shot at those people, because then you could miss, right? So like it greatly benefits you to do that in a small group.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. So this challenge was kind of a callback to Tom Sandoval singing the songs from Dolls. It's goofy, it's fun, it allows these like obnoxiously rich people to kind of make fun of themselves, and I love that part of it. As I said, there was just some humor in it that was like, as I said, I felt like they were kind of talking down to us.
It reminded me of the Sandoval episode.
That's what I said.
Okay, sorry, I was reading the comments when you said that.
Yeah, that was. I felt like that's this season's version of that, and it's fun. As I said, I just didn't like that. I just felt there was one part where I felt like Candace was talking down to us, the common viewer, and I'm just like, well, I don't think you're funny being an obnoxiously rich. So I would like to be, and then we'll all laugh together, and no one else will get it. I would love to be invited to that club, but I'm currently not in it, so I don't get it.
You and I both, brother. Let's be real. You and I both. Okay, so in the challenge, obviously we saw one team struggle more than the others. Do you think it was more on the team with their pictures and what they were able to come up with for their layout?
I don't think they cared. And as I said, I feel like it was that obnoxiously rich, like, we don't need to try hard because we're just better and they should figure it out. And it's just like, yeah.
See, I put more on the people trying to guess. I put more on them because I thought that it was pretty obvious that those answers were incorrect.
What? No, because like the one with the 4 people standing in front of the tower or whatever, I felt the other
that
one
was a little weak. I will give you that. That one was weak. Yeah.
So,
especially with Johnny Weird choking him out, where there's no one choking each other with like the mass hoods and stuff.
Yeah, so
that one I will give you. But the first one, I thought it was pretty obvious with like the cow and the udders and like the layout. Like it looked a lot more like the picture than the one they actually put up.
Yeah, I mean, there also you're kind of freaking out, like, there's a clock, there's all the things.
There's a lot of factors, of course.
So, now, and the first one was probably Mark. They're just like, all right, Mark hasn't said anything in 4 days. Which one do you think, Mark?
I'm sure that's what they were thinking, is that Mark has not had his airtime on the season. But I
think he did, though.
I think he nailed it. But he got the last one, so kudos to him. Yeah, however, the second group, I thought they killed it with their descriptions.
They did. And how I love Dorinda. Dorinda is so, like, she's like, I haven't been on all fours in a while.
That was great. That was
Dorinda's
so
always making, like, literally this entire season, Dorinda is horny.
What else has led you to that belief?
Like, literally every other thing she says is referring to her wanting some.
Maybe I've missed that, but I did catch the all fours thing, and that was
it has been a recurring thing. Also, like, the tank is a joke, and Dorinda is literally just giving us sexual innuendo.
I think Dorinda's just happy to be there. I honestly think Dorinda's like, oh, I'm fully expecting every episode to be killed at some point or murdered. Excuse me.
And Dorinda is amazing looking for her age.
Oh, she looks great.
Actually, I think, you know what? I'm not even going to qualify it. I just think Dorinda's amazing looking.
I think a lot of these people, even Lisa, I was like, Lisa looks great too.
And why is everyone looking their best when they die? Like, the best Jam looked was getting taken out by security. I thought the best Lisa looked was the when she was getting her. I thought Candace looked her best tonight.
Yes, I will agree. I mean, hey, maybe they just see something coming. Who knows? I don't know.
I think they do. I like when we were covering what $1 Million Secret.
Yeah.
Like Sydney thought she was leaving, and she was like, "Oh, I'm wearing this fucking dress before I go." Like, I bought this.
Tell us that.
What's that?
She told us that too. That she specifically wore that one, knowing she was probably going.
Yeah, and then didn't, and then recycled it.
Good for her.
Yeah, I mean. What are you gonna do? That's Netflix. Come on, it's fine.
Whatever.
All right, I'm talking down to Netflix.
So they add 12,000 to the pot, and that's where I get like that number is not a sexy number, right?
Well, but also, if we've learned anything from the show, is there's a final challenge in which you can make up everything that you missed along the way.
But that's fine. That's fine. It has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that they're doing this, and I get it. It's not a hard challenge. But when I see $3,000 added to the pot, I'm not like, oh, that's a sexy number. It's a weird number.
That's Zane Knight's year, brother.
Okay, that's fine that it's Zane Knight's, but like, I don't know. I'm someone who doesn't make a crazy amount of money. I'm a bartender at a casino. But like, I'm saying, if it was like 10,000 or even 5,000, like a nice round number, not 3,000. Maybe tell me in the comments, am I on a hill here? Like, I just don't think 250,000, and you do all these challenges for $3,000 doesn't look sexy.
But I think there's a part of it where they like small part where they like the audience to play along, and you can count 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
You can count 5 plus 5 plus 5. You can count 10 plus 10 plus 10.
Who's to say?
Okay, let me know in the comment section if you guys think I'm wrong here, or if you think that I'm right in the fact that it doesn't look good.
As I said, I think it's fun. I don't think this show is about the money. I mean, it is and it is. I don't know.
Well, when it gets to the normie edition, it's 100% about the money.
Yeah, well, this isn't.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, like literally, it like Trishelle won the Traitors, and 3/4 of the cast made more money than she did.
It's true. So, okay, so we get to the end of the challenge. Everyone gets back, and we see people talking in their little corners. I think that the most influential part of that entire thing is we're hearing a lot about Steven and how Steven's quiet. You know, Steven even helped Lisa, or Lisa gave him her stuff for the last challenge.
Her gold rocks that were poorly painted.
I think that that's a nothing burger. I think that we saw tonight it was kind of a red herring, where Steven got no votes the entire.
Well, no, I think there was I think people were like, I'm curious to hear what he has to say if confronted on that. And he was confronted. He was just like, yeah, I asked her, like, you know, and he goes, I think she was trying to curry favor with me. He goes, I assure you unequivocally, she would not have given me those poorly painted gold rocks if I had not asked her.
Yeah. And that was just like a small part of it, right? Like that's people talking, they're kind of discussing like their options and stuff. I think the main part is when we see Steven talking to Candace.
Bad read Steven.
Yeah, bad read Steven is talking to Candace, and he's giving her information about where her name came from. And we see that he says, oh, that came from Colton.
And it was that you know those movies and or even the TV shows now that use the Morgan Freeman narration, like the Shawshank, and it was in that moment Candace knew she had been fucked. That is literally like Morgan Freeman is narrating Candace right there, and then Rob comes in and she is like, "Yeah, Steven, can you leave real quick because I need to tell this motherfucker, fuck you."
Well, and I love how Rob entered it right after that moment. And who knows, there may have been some time in between, but what we see on our television screen is Rob entering in that moment, and all three of them there, where there's two traitors and one helpless faithful just sitting there. And it's like, hey, can you give us some time here, Steven? We need to talk. Steven, from what we saw in the episode, no indication that this should be red flags right here.
No. He was just like, oh, grown folks are talking. I better leave.
You guys have traitors are talking. Yeah. And by the way, I know that maybe this place, this space that they have in this castle is greater than what we see, but they're talking pretty openly about being traitors in a place where people can clearly walk by, and we see we see Tara walk by at one point and stuff, but it's how big is this place?
I would like to imagine a situation. I mean, because if Tara walks by and hears them, the show's fucked.
Yes.
So I'd imagine production sitting there we'll give you the Iggy when you guys need to shut the fuck up.
I think this is a great comment right here, because I've thought this a million times over. If anyone asks you to leave the room, I would just act like I'm walking away and get to a place where I can still hear and they don't hear footsteps.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
right?
Well, I mean, I watched a Mr. Beast thing. It was the boys camping versus the girls camping.
Yes.
And the girls want a tent, and they could come in, and the rest of the girls could come and help her move the tent, and no one came. And the guy had just ducked down to watch, and he was like, well, if no one else is helping her get the tent, that means there's no one else.
For a lack of a better name, but Jackson, the winner, what was it, BB 21 or 22? Sorry for forgetting that. I know I'm a Big Brother super fan, but I'm blanking. But Jackson kind of did that exact thing where he was able to listen to people talk and then made a lie knowing that it was a lie, but said it because he's like, I heard them talk. I know that they're trying to work together, and I'm going to lie through my teeth to make sure that this other person goes out, even though I know I'm in the wrong. And he ended up winning the season and got the person out that he wanted to. So like, I think, yeah, that's how you got Cliff out. I think that's 100% what you should do being a faithful.
Is this person from Big Brother? That's how we got it. Was Amy on Big Brother?
Oh, Amy?
That's how she said that's how we got Cliff out. Is she we?
Oh, it could be a we.
Was there an Amy on Big Brother? I don't know.
Amy, if you were on Big Brother, maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think so. No. That's how we got Cliff out. No, she wasn't there at that point. At that point, there was like 5 people left.
I wish. Okay, there we go. Fair enough. All right. But at the same time, in the working mechanisms of the Traitors is if they find out who the Traitors is before the end of the show's kind of fucked. So I feel like production is kind of keeping an eye out, going, all right, you guys are safe. Talk.
Yeah.
Like so versus them whispering like we want to hear this conversation at regular or even high volume. This conversation right here, not them whispering going, I hate you so much. I mean, I will laugh.
Do you think that maybe like production was like, hey, everyone needs to stay in these rooms or something? Like, not like,
no. I think we've gathered like just like when you play Mafia or or online Traitors, there's only like there can be 4 in this room, 3 in this room. That is the rules for Traitors.
Yeah, I just feel like it's weird that we never really see people walking around. So like, so if that's the rules for Traitors, it makes sense. But like, where were these other people at the time? Because from our knowledge, from what we as fans have seen on the show,
this is where everyone eats and then gets ready for the round table.
Yeah, but from what we have seen on the show, it's like we've got the room with like the library thing in it where you can pull the lever and go in a secret room. We've seen the like kitchen area where Candace threw food at Rob, and we've seen this room where
and then there's the billiards room.
But I feel like that's like almost connected to this room, and maybe obviously I've never played.
I think the billiards room and this room look similar.
You're something like the breakfast room.
And then there's the breakfast rooms. That's a 5th. So I think there's 5 rooms.
I think the breakfast room and the room that they were in where they talked are literally right next to each other.
Okay. But at the same time, I think that people are changing for the round table, and they were just like, all right, the coast is clear. You 2 talk, and we're going to hold.
That's another great question is when do we have where people change? Do people change at different times? Do they all change at the same time? Because they do change.
I think they probably stagger them.
Also, how early do they make these?
They have to take them to the hotel, Bobby. I mean, it's not like they change right there. They probably go to the hotel
and at the castle.
Yeah. Rob C says there's 5 rooms, and they don't really go in the
5 rooms. Oh, here, let's pull that up because I think that's a good thing to bring up. Rob C said there's 5 rooms and that they really don't go in the breakfast room anytime other than breakfast. He said the billiard room is the most separate from the others.
Yeah, and that's where, and I feel like that's where that conversation was taking place with
makes sense.
Steven and Candace, and then Rob R.
It's hard as fans. We only have a layout in our head of how it all works, but we don't really know. Okay, so we get to Rob talking to Candace in this room, and basically Candace is calling him out, being like, "Oh, well, when did you find out that Colton said my name?" And
I would have been like, "Don't worry about it." but he was just like, "This morning."
I mean,
at the end, you invited me last night, and I think his reply should have been, "I literally said no, and he's my best friend."
Yeah.
But I deferred to you because you were pissed off about the Lisa situation. So don't be throwing it back on me because my first reply to you was no, followed by he's my best friend. So then you chose to fuck up your game, and I let you.
I think the better, and I agree with that. I think that's a great way of doing it. I think also another good way would be like, Colton was throwing everyone's names out. Why are you going to think that I was associated with it when I literally am just finding out about it
And that
right
is
now?
true.
Huh?
That is true. Rob
Yeah.
R didn't throw out Lisa's name. Colton threw out Lisa's
Colton
name.
threw out the name.
He's like, hey, this train's gaining momentum. I'm jumping on board now.
It's one thing if Colton only threw out one name, possibly two. Colton at this point in the game, even though he's gone, Colton at this point had thrown out like 5 names.
Yeah.
Like, it's not unheard of to know that Colton threw out a name.
And I would not be shocked if Colton thought Rob R was a traitor.
Yeah.
But saw him as his traitor angel.
I just don't think Colton was anywhere privy to the fact that that Rob was there. Because I
don't know.
I think Colton would have loved that head on a mantle to be like, look, this was my best friend. Because, the whole time he was trying to play for the screen time. This was my best friend, and I figured it out and took him out. If that's not faithful, what is?
I imagine if I were to play Traitors, there's a part of me that wants to put wants to mount the heads on the mantle, but there's another part of me where this show is a mind fuck, and you gotta have a friend. And
yeah.
And even if you're pretty sure that person is a traitor, then you're like, either this is my last shot and I put that head in my mantle with my final bullet, or I hope that traitor angel has got my back. Because like Johnny Weir did not like that was the last bullet in Johnny Weir's chamber. He did not want to write, and he knew Candace was the fucking traitor.
I don't even think Johnny Weir looked the worst in that situation, but we'll get to that. Here's the thing, Johnny, if you ever played, you have 2 ways of playing. One, you do what I think Jonny Fairplay would do, cause chaos and have zero shits about winning the money, just trying to cause the most drama, like a Michael Rappaport kind of way, not to that extent, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying is, like, you're trying to cause the most drama and get your screen time. Or number 2, if you are chosen to be a traitor or even a faithful, be as quiet as possible. Let the other traitors be more boisterous, and then try to make a move towards the end to be like the big person.
Yeah, I felt like that was my strategy on House of Villains. I kind of laid back in the cut at the beginning.
I think you laid back in the cut. I think that unfortunately, before
when I had the opportunity to get my screen time on sabotaging, I did every time.
Yeah, and I think your final speech and stuff too were what really showed the true fair play of it all.
Is that good or bad?
Good. Okay. I love it. As a fan,
I didn't know if it was shady.
No, as a fan, I love it because I feel like that's what you should do, because it's not even about the screen time at that point. It's like, hey, how can I make the biggest viral moment?
Yeah. Did you watch The Snake?
I did not.
Yeah. I just finished it like last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know, a week and a half ago.
Didn't it end like 6 months ago?
Yeah. Well, I watched half of it and I tapped out. I was like, oh, half this cast is, three-quarters of the cast were horrible. So, but anyway, I finished it, and like they just rewarded the friendliest part, and I'm just like, that's not the snake. Like House of Villains is just like, hey, she's got a kid.
Yeah, when I heard the snake, I instantly think of Snake in the Grass. Like, I think it's just a bad title for a show too, when there's already a show called Snake in the Grass with reality TV people.
Most of the episodes, I only watched 2 episodes of Snake in the Grass, and I will not watch another.
I never watched any of it, so I'm just saying I know that show.
It was horrible. It was so horrible.
Really? I thought it was like a cool title and like an idea, but I didn't ever watch it, so maybe that's why.
No, it was beyond horrible.
By the way, how does Destination X get a season 2 before Dondi season 3?
Whoa, hey, I think Destination X is great, folks.
Hey, I like Destination X. We have Ty from Destination X usually on here with us. She'll be back next week.
Yeah.
I liked Destination X. I enjoyed it, but I really enjoyed Dondi.
Yeah. Well, because they gave away all their money.
It wasn't a shade towards Destination X. I liked it for what it was, but I really liked Dondi.
Yeah. Oh, we have Rachel on in 2 weeks here.
Do we?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, she's in New York next week, and then she's the following week she's here. She's actually going to do tonight, and we start recording 2 hours late because someone's an idiot.
Okay, I had a kid to put to bed. I'm sorry.
That's not why we're 2 hours late.
Okay, an hour late is because of me. 2 hours late is because of me. Because
okay, there we go.
Okay, it was miscommunication. For those that don't know, Jonny said, "Let me know when you're ready, and we'll go live, or we'll do it."
No, not even close. I said, "Let me know when you start watching, and I'll start watching, so we can both start watching at the same time, and then we can record. It's fresh in both of our brains."
I took it as, "Let me know when you're ready to podcast, and we'll go live." I did not take it as that's when we'll start the episode.
The other doesn't make any sense whatsoever, considering you're like, "Hey, can we start late?" And I go, "Yeah, just let me know when you start." And then
also
I'll start
a dad duty.
Time. Like when I said I'd start at the same time, you're like, "What? You were just going to do the podcast for like 20 minutes without me, and then I jump on?"
I could if you wanted me to. That's not a problem. Ask Amy in the chat over here. Okay, I'm the one who has a live stream that talks by himself 90% of the time. I can do it.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Yeah. No, but I apologize for the late night stream. It was definitely my fault. So let's get into the roundtable.
Yes.
What are your initial impressions of how the roundtable went?
Candace was hot.
Okay.
In every facet of the word.
Yeah, I was like, which way are you going with that one?
I think they know. Like I think she knew her goose was cooked, and she was just like, "Well, I'm gonna look fine as fuck," and good for her. So that was my number one. Like when I can there, just like, this is the best Candace has looked. I think Candace is going home.
But see, I came into it being, honestly thought that, and I bought into the red herring, even though I read the title and still thought, okay, maybe it's Candace. At that point in the episode, I still bought into maybe it's Steven. I didn't think Rob had any chance of going home. I thought other inclinations were a little weak, and I thought the next best person was possibly Steven, because we haven't seen a lot from him, and he has been kind of playing even keel. I thought the arguments were pretty lame, but I thought that let's see how Candace cooks in this episode. Maybe that's why she's part of the title, is she cooks in this episode when she's trying to call out Rob. Boy, was I wrong, because
well, cooking only works if there's fire on both sides. There was only fire from that one side, and she burned up her meal.
The fact that you argue that someone drops a fork as a reason as to why they are a traitor, your credibility is gone. And the worst thing she did was the fact that she threw a rogue vote, which I know was because she was, pissed off at Rob in the moment. And so
I think she wanted to say, she wanted to be like, "Why do you think I did that vote?" And production is like, "You can't say that."
I wonder if people going forward are going to be like, if someone throws out a rogue vote when traitors go home, when a traitor goes home, that person and the other person are traitors.
Well, no, we saw that before, like last season.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that not an indicator? Because someo's pissed off.
Yeah, and that's why I thought she blew up Rob's game too. And they're not even thinking it. So I think the rest of the cast was looking for her to double down on the errant vote, and production was like, you got, here's what you can say and here's what you can't say. And I think the meeting ended with, "You've literally tied my hands to where I can't say anything." And they're like, "Yeah, you shouldn't have done the errant vote."
Okay, so my question to you and to the chat and to people leaving comments after the fact on YouTube, whether it be hate or not, my question to you is, do you think that they should make a rule where traitors can't vote for each other? And I know I know that there's a reason for them allowing them to do so is because it does add the drama to it. But do you think that it would help with the longevity of the show and maybe even the protection of their traitors where no
No,
traitors allowed to vote for each other?
no, because that can be used against you in a court of law.
I understand.
Did you
It's
notice
just
that
a
they didn't
question,
vote for each
guys.
other? That means they're both traitors.
And I know it's probably not. I do like the drama of it all, and I think they should be allowed to. But I do question that are people going to be able to meta the voting at some
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, no, yeah, it'll get ruined. So, and did you? I don't know if you called I think Jam just posted this today. He was shocked by there being no gamers as traitors, and then he was like, "Well, wait a second, Love Island's a game. I guess he is a gamer."
Is it a game?
It's a game. It's a game for love, Bob. Actually, it's a game for what, $200,000,
Well, if there's any.
or
Yeah.
Instagram followers. I'm not.
No, it's Instagram followers. It's 100% a game for Instagram followers. But
well,
here's the
it's
thing.
game. You just admitted it's game.
No. Okay. If I will say this, if there's any Love Island person that has ever gamed that game, even though it's not technically a game, in my opinion, it's Rob R.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and there's also at the end you can say, "I just want the money."
Yeah. Okay. As someone who's not a fan of Love Island, who thinks it's just
Are you gonna watch this next season?
Hell no. You're gonna make me watch it, aren't you?
You loved it.
Okay.
Mamacita?
We have said this a million times, and no, that it's trash TV. Where have we? Okay, we are living in the movie Idiocracy. We are living in that movie where all of a sudden people dry humping each other is the #1 show on television.
Bobby, can I pull you for a chat?
Talk to me.
All right.
I get it. I get why people like it, but is it not Idiocracy? Is that show literally not exactly what would have been in that movie at the time?
Oh, it is literally like there's some players, and even to a lesser extent some couples that it's like, okay, come on, let's go. But there's a lot. I'm just like, oh my God, I hate them, and I hate them collectively. And
I hate everything. I hate every single person that's ever applied for that show.
Casa More.
Even though Rob R, I love Rob R. So everyone but Rob R,
where you have to test the relationship. So,
and
Rob R was one of the Casa Amor guys from his first season. He was one of the B team guys.
The fact that they have an after show, it's on like 5 days a week. And the fact that they have like an after show or 4 days a week, whatever it may be, I don't know.
No, I think it's 6 days, I think it's 5, and then the after show is the 6th, and then there's 1 day off for Jesus.
I just want to like.
Oh no, no! You know what day they have off? Wednesday, because it's Hump Day.
But yeah, isn't that like the episode where they like recap the whole week or something? I don't know. What is the after show that they have for that? Like,
after
of all shows, do we need an after show for this show? What are they going to talk about? Oh my God, he didn't talk to that girl the right way, and that's why she dumped him.
Laura is the host of the After Sun show. I think he was cheating on you. Tree for tree.
I hate everything about that show, and I hate how popular it is. And I hate. I love, and I'm not a love show hater. This is not a love show. I love Love Is Blind at times.
I think Love Is Blind is
so much classier.
It's the classy version of Love Island, where Love Island is the slut version of Love Is Blind.
It's okay for someone. This is a great way of explaining, and I keep bringing up Amy, but this is like a great way of explaining it. There was just so much to catch up on because you told me like 4 weeks in to start watching it because of the mamacita of it all. I'm someone who watches Big Brother. That is literally live feeds 24/7. That's on 3 days a week. And I couldn't even watch it because it's not a game. It's literally, oh, guys, we have a challenge today. Everyone can make out with everyone and dry hump each other and touch each other in private places.
And you win nothing.
And nothing happens. You win nothing. Nothing happens. Everyone's cool with it. It's like, oh no, but that's still my person. Like, obviously, that was just a challenge, bro. You just freaking put your hands on people.
Are they gonna make it 100? Are they gonna make it official? Is it gonna be 100? Are they 100 for them?
I hate everything. I hate everything about everything. It's awful.
They all say the same 3 sentences.
I watch Big Brother because it's a game and it's actually interesting, and I know that it's cheesy at times, and I understand it, and I get why people can't watch it that watch other shows. I understand. But if anyone, and the fact that like Love Island is like the #1 show, maybe number 2, depending on the situation, is mind-boggling to me. We literally live in idiocracy. We live where it's basically taxi cab confessionals, but like put on a mainstream platform and everyone's cool with it. Like, I don't understand it.
Why do you hate Love, Bobby?
It's not love. It's not love. Has a single person from that cast of any season ever got married? Maybe it has. I don't know. I don't
think so.
Thank you.
Okay.
There have been more marriages on Survivor, Big Brother, Love is Blind, The Amazing Race, maybe even. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's for Instagram followers. It's for Instagram influencers, and it's frustrating as hell because it's just stupid.
But what about when a new bombshell enters the villa?
I hate it. I hate everything.
All right.
And I apologize to those that love it. I know there's probably a lot of people that love it. Don't hate me. Just
I do.
I feel a certain way about it. That's it.
All right.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate now in the comments. All right, so let's get back to the game, and we get Rob obviously defending himself very well in that situation. Yeah. I think the most frustrating thing for me watching this episode,
Natalie Anderson being cast.
Just Natalie Anderson in general. I text you privately and I was like, Natalie kind of sucks this season. And for her, I know that we've always known that she kind of holds a grudge when she hears anyone throw out her name. It's kind of like Sandra in a way, where it's like anyone but me. And if anyone says my name, I'm on them. Yeah. But like,
she's just like hostile about it.
She's hostile. She's mean. Like, at least Sandra is like, all right, well, then I'm going to come for you. And does it behind the scenes. But Natalie, to throw out Tara, and like, how are they not going to be on Natalie after this being like, oh, you threw out a rogue vote when we were all sure and every single person voted for Candace except for you? Like,
I do love Bad Read. Tara did ask us to make a drinking game out of her bad reads.
It was just sloppy gameplay, and I expect more from someone who I appreciated on Survivor, especially when she won on San Juan del Sur. But like, was it not extremely sloppy gameplay and just like, oh, you threw my name out there, I have to vote for you?
Yeah.
I hated everything about it.
It does further prove why Tony deserved the win on 40. So
I mean, if anyone votes for someone that goes out first and then comes back from, was it Extinction? What is it? Extinction Island or whatever it was?
Island of Extinction.
Sure.
But I'm not.
Someone who lasts the whole game, or someone that comes back for the last 5 votes or 4 votes or 3 votes, whatever it may be, that person should always win. I understand why Chris Underwood won. I understand it because he took out the biggest threat and the other 2 weren't as big of threats.
It was more than that.
I feel like that's way more deserving.
Yeah, the Chris Underwood gimmick was so much more involved. The Chris Underwood thing was whoever went back was working as a vessel and a representative of everyone there. And they were like, okay, if you do this, and this, if you do these 6 things, you have our vote. If you don't, you don't. And he did those 6 things. And then they collectively agreed to give him the win.
And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I had no problem with Chris winning.
Yeah. Well, I was just like, what the fuck? So, but my mom only watched the finale, and she goes, I didn't see the rest, so I don't know. She was like, but I gotta say, for a standalone episode, it was the greatest single episode I've ever seen. I'm just like, you know what? If I had just watched that one episode, I would have loved it too.
I feel like if it was your first season watching, you would still really appreciate it.
I
do think that, yes,
they could have done a better job of explaining how if you do these six or whatever, these 5 things, you've got our vote. I didn't think they did a great job of telling that story.
And we're not going to go to like a complete Extinction Island tangent here, but I do think that also if they would have showed Chris more on the 3 episodes or whatever it may have been before he was voted out, people would have understood it more too. If he was a bigger character before he came back, that would have made more sense. They gave him no airtime.
No, he was done.
Yeah. And then he came back and won.
But like whoever came back, like they had that agreement with it. Like they sat around and like strategically talked. They're like, whoever goes back, and War Dog is like, it's gonna be me, and they're like, it might be.
Yeah. So that's where I'm getting at. Where when it's winners at war, though, it's a totally different scenario where you have people that are well known, all know each other, all know each other's games, and and the people there have played the entire time and lasted the end until the end.
And you're hot on Natalie.
Yeah. Like anyone that voted for Natalie, I was like, why?
Yeah.
She was literally voted out first.
They were probably scared not to.
Not gonna lie. But I didn't understand why Natalie went so hard on Tara. I didn't understand why she took it so personally, especially when Tara, I felt like, did a pretty reasonable job, especially when the person putting out this information is the person that's going home, and that you probably know if every other person's voting for Candace, you probably know this person's going home and they're throwing everything at the wall.
No, because I think Tara didn't think Jonny was going to vote Candace.
Fair.
So I'm thinking Natalie said that at the round table, and she was like, "Well, then I'm gonna. If you're gonna say something about me, I'm gonna say something about you." It was, I think they both had their feelings hurt for 5 minutes, and they're both over it.
This is another good one right here. Boston Rob said, I said, if you got back, you had to play perfect. You almost did. You should have taken out this guy. Like, just sorry, not to go back on that tangent, but I thought that was a really good argument. Yeah. I honestly think Johnny Weir was swayed. I think that the arguments that Candace put forward, that maybe he had an idea that Candace could go home, and the fact that he was waiting to see what her arguments were not sticking. They weren't something that was very.
No, I think he made it was because they were both looking at each other emotionally from the second the roundtable started.
Yeah.
So and once again, I think she looked the most amazing she possibly could, because she was just like, this is the last time you're going to see me until the reunion, and I'm going to be extra hot there. And she said that she did an interview I saw over the course of the week. She said she's not going to say who, but she said there is one person at the reunion that's getting cussed the fuck out.
Well, I'm excited for who do we think that'll be?
Yeah.
Well, do you think it's gonna be Rob?
I think so. Yeah, because I think she had a plan. I think her whole plan was that throwaway vote. Her follow-up was gonna be something else that production told her she couldn't say. And she was like, you knew that and you fucked me. And it's just like, hey, I just know the rules. Apparently you don't.
I think it might. Well, and I don't know anything about this, but I think it could be Rappaport.
Could be. I don't think so.
Probably not. Probably is Rob. Probably.
Yeah.
At this point, I think.
I think she's going to say production tied my hands, and it's just like, no, you tied your own hands, because you're all the rules ain't a secret when you play this game.
Well, and I don't think it's tying your hands. I think that should be the gameplay.
Danielle broke the rules with fucking Brittany last season. I thought that was bullshit.
Oh, but I also think that like Rob made a good quote in this episode too, where he's like, that's just not good gamesmanship. Like game's not gonna respect game. He's like, it's nothing personal. It's a game. Like we're playing the Traitors. Like you gotta backstab people or play the game if you want to win. And I'm playing the game. Like I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. So no, I think they could have easily worked together till the end of the game and won. No problem. But she got as soon as she left the turret and she left that meeting with production, they told her she could she was just like, fuck you. And he was like, all right, well, then I guess we're not playing together.
I think she was dead to Rob when she put the rogue vote on him.
Yeah.
I think he was going to come after her no matter what. I don't think he had any intentions to play with her after that vote.
I think he would have burned her later, but she lit the fuse.
Yeah, she lit the fuse for sure. And so we get to it where Candace is obviously voted out almost unanimously, except for the one rogue Natalie vote on Tara. And then we see, honestly, in the moment, I thought Candace was going to come out hotter. Like she's already voted out of the game. Like, what are they going to do to her? Like, is she going to throw more shade on Rob?
Because I think she got the talking to.
Yeah, I could see Candace saying like, "F it, here we go." Like,
well, I feel like Danielle did, and I hate. I mean, look, if you get got, you get got. I mean, bite your tongue, but you know what you signed up for.
That's how I feel too. Yeah. I feel like a game should respect game, right? Like it's a game. We're playing it. You outplayed me. Tip my cap.
Yeah.
So we get now to people talking afterwards. Johnny Weir's name's getting thrown out a lot, especially, pretty much by everyone, especially since they were like, you were so close to Candace. Like, why is he voting for her? Like a lot of suspicion, especially I think the biggest suspicion, and I don't even think it's Johnny Weir's fault. This is now 3 women taken out as traitors. There's got to be a dude in there.
Yeah. And it's a dude that's co-signing this shit, and it's obviously not Rob R because he's not going to co-sign to get rid of his best friend.
And he was the one who nailed the Lisa vote, and Candace was coming for him, even though that should have been a red flag for people. Candace is coming for him, and we all just got rid of Candace. I knew too when Rob didn't use his second vote that Candace must have been doomed because if he didn't think the numbers were fully there, he might have used it there.
Well, he kind of said it without saying it. The Silent 6, they're voting with him.
Yeah.
If they're not outing the second vote, what they're voting as a unit.
Yes. What is it? Like, it's not even Silent 6 anymore because was Colton part of that 6? So it's Silent 5? I don't remember. It was last week.
But they still had the numbers, and he knew that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So there's no reason to burn your... I think he's won the game.
Okay, I disagree with that yet. Okay, so I do think that he's winning the game, but I think he did make one slip up, and maybe not. Maybe we'll find out in a couple of weeks that he played it perfectly, and this is exactly what he should have done. But let's fast forward now to where he's able to choose who he's going to give the ultimatum to the next possible traitor.
And might I say, gave one of the best narration of walking through his thought process.
Yes.
Literally, I felt like I was watching a Rob C, a Tyson, dare I say, a Jonny Fairplay explaining the machinations and possibilities. I was just like, who is this guy from fucking Love Island?
Oh, and I love how when he came in, he's like, finally some quiet. I thought that was good. So I did love that. I loved how he walked through each person, and obviously he's probably going to do that anyway.
Anyone can walk through it, but not. I mean, he did literally, he did a masterful job, like you would see from a Survivor legend. It was that good. It was not the guy from fucking Love Island.
Yeah, 100%.
Walking through that. It was incredible.
The one question I have is his options were Johnny Weir, Eric.
Well, his options were everyone, but he narrowed it down.
Which was smart to do 3 dudes, like the 3 dudes that he came up with. And I think Mark was like the throwaway. It's never going to happen, but I got to throw out another dude, right?
Yeah, let me throw out another dude. And he's like, and it's not going to be Mark because he's in my back pocket and he doesn't talk.
Yeah, and he's not on the show.
He's
But
not on the show.
so I think that he messed up, though. I think the right move would have been Jonny Weir. And okay, tell me why you disagree, and then I'll tell you why I think that way.
Well, I think Jonny Weir's going to go next. Jonny Weir seems like the kind of person that would probably that would whisper it to Tara, but on his way. Like I don't see Jonny Weir biting his tongue. I don't see Rob's name staying at the back of his tongue.
So the reason why I think he should have gone Jonny Weir is I think Eric has no heat on him. I think Eric is someone that if they get to a final, the final thing where they're at the fire and have to go, who's had more heat, Rob or Eric? I think Eric is someone that they all feel is a faithful, especially since we saw it earlier in the episode where someone said, oh, well, Eric voted for Lisa the first roundtable, so we know he's a faithful. Like, that's someone that's always looked at as a faithful and has had zero questions on him, where Jonny Weir is the person who's probably going to go next. Let Jonny Weir be the person you recruit, let them go. Then you're once again a traitor by yourself, and whoever's got the next biggest target, okay, you're the next traitor because you're going to have to do it again. You're going to have to recruit each time. Just keep recruiting the person is the next biggest target to go home. And then you're getting to the end by yourself. I just feel like that is a way to win the money alone. And Eric is more of a question mark. Will he ever be a target at any point?
No, I think the Eric decision, you're deciding that you're splitting the money with one other person.
But I don't think he intends to do that. I think at some point, Rob's smart enough to find something to get the target on Eric, even if it's at the very end. I just think that it's smarter to go, okay, next biggest target, you're the traitor. Bye.
If you think that's the case, great. I think if his plan is to split the money at the end, Eric is the perfect person to split it because Eric will Eric's got Kristen's ear. Collectively, they have Mark's ear. They can get Tara's ear when Tara's looking for anyone after Johnny's gone next week.
Am I looking at this too much as someone who, if I were to play like the normie edition, I would win the money by myself? Or am I looking at this as this is my best chance to win, regardless if it's with someone else? Like, how do you?
I don't like. Let's say this is the right decision because I think it's the right decision. And Eric and Rob are win. No one's talking about Eric the winner. Like literally, if the two of them win, everyone's gonna be like, remember last season when Rob R won?
I think you're in legend mode if you're the person that wins by themselves. Like,
it doesn't matter. Rob R wins. No one's gonna remember Eric's name. And look at all the shit that Rob R is gonna get after this.
Who do you think is the greatest winner of all time on this show that we've seen in the US version? Because I can't speak for the other versions because I haven't watched all of them. But in the US version, the single greatest player, in my opinion, and probably the vast majority, is Cirie. Cirie was a traitor. Cirie won the money by herself. She's the biggest one. Otherwise, you have CT and Trishelle, who, whatever, they were faithful and whatever, who cares? Then you got all the faithful that won last season, where it was like 4 of them, and even the freaking guy from whatever his name, Prince or whatever his name was.
Igor.
yeah, we got him. Great.
I think it's
no one cares. It was a boring ending, and great. 4 people won. Who cares? They all split $30,000 each.
Yeah, but all we remember
is yourself and be known as like I won by myself as a traitor.
No, we remember that Dylan and Gabby won 2 out of 4. That's the 2 we remember.
Sure. Yeah, everyone remembers that.
If Rob R and Eric win, we're gonna remember Rob R.
I still think you want to win by yourself. I think you want to win win the money by yourself.
I don't think it makes a difference on this show. I think if Rob R wins with Eric, no one's the housewife. No one's gonna remember Eric.
Amy was a housewife. I forget her name, but the little
MJ
one. MJ, yeah. I'm sorry. I think that if you want to make a name for yourself even more, and even though I don't think Rob R has to, I think he's already made a name for himself. If you have the sole intention of winning that money by yourself, the best strategy, and Daryl agrees with me here. If he picks Johnny and then picks the next biggest target, and that way the male traitor thing is covered, because Johnny's probably going to go next, and then it's like, okay, well, that was the male. You're covered so many ways, and then you just continue to pick the next biggest threat.
I see Johnny Weir not understanding the rules or caring about the rules and throwing Rob under the bus on his little exit speech.
I do think, I will say this, because there's a caveat to all this. I do think at this point, Rob R is probably going to win. I think there's a reason why we're getting so much Rob R, and especially a lot of the narrative in a good way towards Rob R, that I think that's why they're doing it. Because even last season, we didn't get a lot of the narrative of, hey, this is coming from their perspective, but there's dodo moments. There's been no dodo moments for Rob R, which there have been for traitors in the past that didn't win. Like Sari is the last example of a traitor that didn't get any dodo edits and ended up winning by themselves. That's why I do think that Rob R, because we had no dodo edit and he has played phenomenally, is the person that will win. Does he win alone is what I question. And I think Eric was the wrong decision if that's going to be the case.
Okay.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments. Like I said, guys, another one to put in there. I think that personally, Rob R should have just taken Johnny Weir, and Johnny, you disagree with me on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eric. I think Eric's gonna be perfect. I think they're gonna brilliantly navigate through. As I said, if I'm Rob R, and if I'm in the castle, I know that Eric's not getting much of an edit, and even if he wins, no one's gonna remember. If I'm Rob R, I take Eric, and everyone, they go, remember when Jonny Fairplay won Traitors? They're not gonna say, do you remember when Jonny Fairplay and Eric won Traitors? I
get that. I get that.
I can live with people think I won fucking Pearl Islands. Plenty of people thought Boston Rob won last season, Traitors.
I think if Sandra doesn't win twice, they remember they think you won Pearl Islands. Hey, this is someone who's known you for many years, so that's why I say that.
That's fine, but I'm just telling you.
By the way, so we've got a lot of things working up here at Reality After Show. If you guys haven't checked it out, with the newest episode of Beast Games just dropped, we're going to have more coverage of that. Lauren Pratt is taking care of the coverage for Beast Games. She's doing a phenomenal job. She's had Hannah, who's in the final 10 of Beast Games, on every episode. So guys, definitely check that out. Check out her coverage of Beast Games. She kills it every single week.
Did you see the thing with Beast Games out today?
No.
Who's the guy that's in love with the girl?
Oh my God, what's his name? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Jim.
So I guess online pictures of him and Jeffree Star have come out from a few years back, and apparently it was addressed while they were. It was just like, yeah, we're just friends, blah blah blah. And Jeffree Star was just like, oh, so when you sleep together, let's say a minimum of 25 times, that means you weren't in a relationship with me?
Are you serious? My mind is blown right now.
Yeah. Because, like, he seems like such a douchey dude that's like, yeah.
I mean, he's playing a character. I appreciate it. He's playing a over the top.
He's leaning in on the douchey dude.
Yeah, he I don't think he has any intention of winning. He's just trying to be a character.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of shocking. I did not see that's out of left field.
Okay,
so check out.
So check out this week's Beast Games podcast.
We have Jim on the podcast. Maybe Johnny and I should hop in there and address the rumors. But now you got me totally off track. Now that's all I'm going to think about. So we also have our Traitors coverage here that we do every single week, usually immediately following the episode, but occasionally we're a little bit later, and that's on me. But every single Thursday night, at some point at the night, we will be going live with our Traitors coverage, continuing going forward throughout the rest of the season. Really look forward to it. If you guys haven't checked it out, we had not one, but 2 podcasts featuring Kelly Wentworth last night. Kelly absolutely killed it. She's amazing. We had her on our NFL Super Bowl preview podcast right here at Reality After Show. If you guys are an NFL fan or even interested in the Super Bowl, Kelly is a diehard Seahawks fan with her Seahawks playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl this week. Check out what she has to say about everything about this game with me, Gabe, and Jonny right here, Reality After Show. You can find it in the YouTube channel. Also, we went live with me, Jonny, Matt Bischoff, Gabe Ortiz, and Kelly Wentworth to discuss the Vatu tribe from season 50 of Survivor coming up. We cast assessed that entire tribe where she played with Aubrey. What was her thoughts on Aubrey and how does she think Aubrey's going to do going forward this season? And we broke down every single person from that cast and how we think they will play in this upcoming season of season 50. Jonny, that was a lot of fun last night. I think people should definitely check it out. Kelly is amazing.
Yeah, no, it was one of our best podcasts ever. So check it out. Yes. We have the next tribe next week. I got a special guest lined up for that. I just have to ask them and have them agree. And
half the battle.
Yeah, so get ready. I have in my head. It's locked in.
Also, we have a new addition to the podcast network here at Reality After Show, Beyond the Torch, with Leslie Neese and Todd Herzog, winner of Survivor China. They have come to Reality After Show. They've seen the light and they have joined us here, and they will be doing weekly podcasts here at Reality After Show where they talk to former players of Survivor and break down their journeys from Survivor from beginning to end. Go check them out. They're killing it. They are amazing.
Yeah, they got like Boston Rob and Courtney
Sandra.
Yates, all kinds of people. So they're killing it. Yeah. So check it out. It's here on this network. So go to, if you're listening and you want to watch, go to youtube.com/aftershow, but links to everything at realityaftershow.com. Don't forget, see me live. I am touring for season 50. Well, actually, this Saturday, I'm at the North Carolina Survivor Idol.
Yeah, where's that Idol at?
North Carolina. See, I didn't Matt Bischoff.
I'm like Matt Bischoff.
Jeez Louise. Well, they know it's probably going to be Cincinnati. I'm like, what? You're not supposed to say. So, yes, it's North Carolina. I am getting up at like 7 a.m. So I will be driving. So if that gives you any indication, it is not near my house.
I was gonna say, I was wondering how many hours you were gonna say.
Yeah, I'm in the car. So come see me, Sandra, Rob C. Go to survivor50challenge.com.
Are you looking forward to that? Are you excited to see all the fans and the idol and the adventure of it all?
Matt Bischoff called it one of the greatest days of his entire life today.
It looks cool.
He said even back on his season, he never got that adulation that he got today. And really? I feel I have gotten that adulation.
Yeah, you have. God bless
at the same time, my fiance is encouraging me to be a little more emotional because I kind of keep shit to myself. I just like to. I don't give a fuck. Leave me alone. So my fiance is encouraging me to be so. I am sure I'm gonna get some screams and some laughs and some tears I think I will leave the afternoon cold and also emotionally charged in that I think that those interactions and moments are going to mean a lot to some people.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I will feed off that and no, I'm excited. It's always nice to see Sandra. I haven't seen Rob C. I saw Rob C. season 47. for that viewing deal at UNC Chapel Hill. But me and Rob used to hang out like daily, and then I hadn't seen him for like 10 years. So you could see Rob C, but like they're anticipating like 3,000 or more people. That's
insane. 4,000 in Ohio. So
yeah, it's and North Carolina has a really big contingent. So I'll be there, and I might be selling t-shirt. Like if I can find somewhere to print, I have a new shirt. Here,
I will say this while you're looking that up. I will say this: I'm in California, and it's got to be in LA, right? And secondly, it's gonna be a shit show. I'm like, do I really want to go there? I don't know. Like, I don't know. And we're not even standing in like sub-degree weather like some of these people. Robbed icons. I like it.
Me and Hatch.
You and Hatch.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go to the one that's in California. I'm assuming it's LA. It could be somewhere else, but like California is a big state and it's a lot of people. Like if 4,000 in Ohio, it's going to probably double that for California in the nice weather.
What do you think I should? You think I should sell bootleg shirts in the parking lot? You think that'd be good?
100% you should. 100% you should. You should also hand out. Hey, this is Reality After Show.
I'm bringing 1,000 of those with me. So.
Good. Bring them all. Bring them all. If you guys get a chance, go and you're in the North Carolina area, go check out Jonny Fairplay and tell him you saw the podcast.
Yeah. Come say hey, and then come see me. As I said, I'm touring April 8th. It's Hatch's birthday. I'm going to be in Baltimore. Gabe has rented a house for us, so that's good. So survivortix.com, that's survivortix.com. And then 2 weeks later, I'm in Charlotte at Heist Brewing. So I'm at Jimmy's Famous Seafood in Baltimore. And then the 22nd, I'm at Heist Brewing in Charlotte. And then the 29th of April, I'm in Cincinnati at Little Miami Event Center. Holy shit, it's a big venue. So we're excited to pack that. So see me on tour. More dates being added. The premiere Survivor, I'm in Atlanta with Rupert and Todd Herzog and Rome and Sage and Joanne and a bunch of people. Sugar is going to be there. I got a Jonny Fairplay and Sugar First Boot Legends t-shirt. I'll have that day. So so we'll see.
And here's the other thing. I will be live immediately after the Survivor premiere right here at Reality After Show. I know a lot of people are going to be at premiere parties, but we will have a good group here for the Survivor premiere immediately after the 3-hour premiere of Survivor 50. Well, we're going to get someone. We'll figure out who, but we got to get someone to come on with me. I need a big Survivor name. I'm not going to hold the longevity being Bobby Goodsby, producer of Reality After Show.
Okay.
So if you guys can, I know a lot of you watching this are probably Survivor fans, and you're not going to a party or whatnot. You want to get your daily dose of podcast in for the Survivor premiere. Come and hang out with me immediately after. I might actually live stream the premiere. I'm thinking about going live and like live streaming my reactions to the premiere and then going live with the podcast. So let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Is there anything else, Jonny, we need to plug? Or are we good?
Johnny's bedtime. Let's go.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. With that being said, we'll see you next week right here at the Traitors After Show, right after the episode, most likely. We will see you guys then. Bye, guys.